Good morning, friends. Hi, hello, and happy Easter for those of you that celebrate Easter. I'm so happy that you're here spending some time with me today. For those of you new here, my name is Donna. Super happy that you were able to find me today. If you are looking for somebody who's going to tell you that you can wear whatever you want to wear, it doesn't matter what your age is, and it doesn't matter what colors you like, and it doesn't matter anything, and somebody who's going to break the rules with you, I am your person. I am so happy to have you here. Today I am doing a little bit of a Simply Samples series for you all. This is episode, I believe, 30, which is crazy sauce to me. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep watching. Alrighty, folks, so today we have our samples. The elephant in the room, hello, welcome to my new hair. Also, for those of you new here, I change my hair up quite frequently, actually. I am a services district leader at Ulta, and stylists and I, we are BFFs, and my education partner is actually who did my hair this time, and I am just in love with it. I'm just in love with it. I have had it anywhere from shaven to bright orange, like traffic cone orange, to red to purple, and this is just kind of to blue. It kind of brings in a little bit of everything. I do have some fun pops of blue in here. Maybe I'll do a video on my hair. How would you guys feel about that? Let me know down in the comment section. With that said, let's roll right into this. The first thing I have here is this. This is by Rusk. This is their Restore 01 leave-in conditioner, and you guys, this is a Rusk Pro item. Couldn't find it anywhere except for on the Rusk website. It does come in at $19 for the full-size version of it with 12 ounces of product. This is super lightweight. It smells decent enough. It doesn't smell like I smelt my hand because I did spray it on my hand just to remind myself of the smell, because I do have it smells good on here. It's got a really weird kind of sprayer. With that said, I feel like it looks like it's going to spray like some moussey material out of it, but it definitely is just a spray. I think that it is fine. Sure as poop didn't weigh down my hair, which I'm super happy about because my hair is already thick enough and weighty enough. I don't need the product that I put in my hair to also weigh it down, because then I just start looking like my hair is drab. And with all the different colors in it, it should not be looking drab. I think it's got a great mister on it. I think that it could potentially get a little bit much because the sprayer isn't like finely misted. It could come off a little bit too much. I would say a little dab will do you though. Like put a couple spurts into your hair, one on one side, one on the other, comb it through. It's going to be perfectly fine for you. I don't mind it. It's not a bad product. It does say it's supposed to help reconstruct and moisturize your hair. It is cruelty free. I guess I would purchase this if I used a leave-in conditioner often. I don't use them for myself. I am going to try it out on my little 9-year-old daughter's hair, because we do leave-in conditioner on her hair more often than we do on mine. So I only wash my hair like once every 10 days, so I don't like use a leave-in very often either. She does. She washes her hair a lot more often than I do, so I'm gonna check it out on her head. You'll hear about it again in my empties videos, but for now, it is a product that I would use. It is a product that I would probably repurchase. I do think that there are leave-ins that you can get cheaper than that work just as well. All right, this is the next product I have for you. It is the Burt's Bees Cleansing Oil, and I know when I pulled this, I was super excited to use it because I have never used a cleansing oil before. So I thought it was going to be like, I mean, truly something new to my collection, right? I have to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Burt's Bees. Burt's Bees lip products always give me like the worst dry cracked lips, but I was excited to try this. I figure it's cleansing oil. How can you go wrong? This states it's for normal to dry skin. It is $16 for 6 ounces, but you can also get this 1 ounce size for $5. I think probably the tiniest bit of this isn't going to last you very long. So if you're going to purchase this, probably do it in the bigger size for $16. This contains coconut oil and argan oils to hydrate. You guys, coconut oil isn't exactly the best thing for your skin. It actually kind of clogs your pores. It's comedogenic. So it kind of surprised me that there was coconut oil in this. And after the first couple uses, I did see like a little bit of a breakout around my nose. So I ceased using it. The breakout went away. I also just don't think it worked well. I think that maybe oil cleanser is not the route for me to go, and that's totally fine. Some people love them. I just felt like it left my skin feeling oily. It didn't really help out with my dry skin. Like, it says it's for normal to dry skin, but I feel like it dried me out. I honestly washed my face with it, and it says to put it on your dry hands onto your dry face and kind of work it into your skin and then get your face wet and lather it up. I don't feel like it lathered at all, but I also feel like it dried my face out even more than my dry skin already is, and I don't feel like I need that in my life. So this is a product that I would not buy. I don't like the oiliness of it. It is also fragranced, and I don't feel like fragrance is something, I don't know what the fragrance is, if I'm honest with you. I just can see in the ingredients that it does have fragrance in it. I think it's essential oils. I just don't like fragrance in my skincare. This just wasn't my bag, and that's totally fine. I think that if you're into an oil cleanser, if you're used to oil cleansers, that this is probably going to be perfectly fine for you. I also just felt like I needed to use it more than once to get my face clean. The first time I used it, I only used it once, and then I used my toner all over, and my pad was dirty. Let me show you, because I still have it. I kept it the way it was so that I could show you how dirty my face was after I used it. So I am typically a dual cleanse kind of person. So I went in with my balm cleanser, which I know doesn't 100% clean my skin, which is why I double cleanse. And then I went in with the oil cleanser afterwards. This is what was left on my skin after a dual cleanse. This is never what is left after a dual cleanse. This is typically what's left after a dual cleanse. This was from the oil cleaning routine. This was a completely clean puff before I started using it over the last couple weeks. Now, if you use a cleansing oil, do you use it as your first step or your second step, or do you even have a two-step routine? I just feel like this did nothing. So there's that. I'm going to move on. The next thing I have here is this Dermalogica Stress Positive Eye Lift. And this is just a little eye cream. This eye cream is supposed to reduce dark circles and puffiness. It's got hyaluronic acid in it.
Do you guys remember when I couldn't say that word? I do. I remember.
Dermalogica is professional grade skincare. I do feel like this helped with my dark circles. Like, I still have some kind of dark circliness, but if you're familiar with my channel, if you've been here a while, you know that these dark circles can get awful. They get pretty atrocious. I have horrible under eye bags, and especially under my wonky eye. This eye bag in particular is just, I mean, this one's not bad at all, but this one is so bad. This, I do think, helped with the discoloration of my under eyes. I do think it's helping with the dark circles in my eye bags. I will continue to use it. A little dab will do you. This will probably last me throughout the entirety of the year. This is a $69 product, and it does have 0.85 ounces of product in the full-size version. I do think the full-size version is very cool because it's got that steel, like, eye cooling thingamajigger on it, and I will finish this and maybe potentially buy the full-size version. Just get that metal thingamajigger. That sounds stupid. This is clean, gluten-free, cruelty-free, vegan, and it is very spreadable. So this little tiny bit here would cover the entirety of my hand. Do you guys see that? It's so spreadable. You don't need very much. So, like, literally this will probably last me the next 5 years if it didn't go bad. it'll go bad before then. All right, the next thing I have on the list, which is weird because I usually end with this, but it is the Cream Shop's Oh Dear Detoxifying Lemon Sheet Mask. You guys, I liked this sheet mask. Initially, I was a little disappointed it didn't look like a deer, but it did. The mask is a limited edition mask, and I couldn't find another detoxifying lemon sheet mask, but there are detoxifying masks in their product line currently that you can pick up. They're about $3 a piece, $3 to $5 a piece, depending on what the mask is. It detoxifies, it reduces inflammation, it combats blackheads. It is a lemon mask. It fit my face well. It did have some weird wonky eye holes. Like the eye holes were big enough, but then they had this like flap. Like, you know how your nose hole has a flap to push down over the edges of your nose? I just think it was weird to have that on the eye holes as well, because you're not going to push that flap up onto your eye. So I didn't quite understand that, but I think that when I used this, my skin was really freaking raw for whatever reason. I don't know what it was. I cannot remember now that I'm thinking of it, but my skin was super raw. And so it was red and inflamed, and I put this mask on actually as to help curb the inflammation, because I did read that this says reduces inflammation and eliminates blackheads. Now I know the inflammation that they mean on this is like the, you know, inflammation from pimples that you might get on your face, but it did help curb and make my face feel really, really good from the red hot inflammation that it was feeling in that moment. So I was super happy to have this at that point in time. My skin, however, afterwards did feel super tight. So I know that it kind of like sucked all the moisture out of my skin, and maybe that's the lemon in it. I think that lemon is acidic. I think I don't know anything that I'm talking about right now as far as an actual reasoning why, but that's why I'm assuming it did. But what I will say about it too is it says it helps to eliminate blackheads. I did, after taking it off, have a couple spots on my nose here. Like I had little like pimples pop up. And I have to assume that those were probably blackheads that I didn't know existed on my nose. And I was super grateful for it. My nose looks like a whole lot more smooth than it did prior to using this mask. So I really did kind of like this. This was a really decent mask for me. And I was absolutely devastated that it didn't look like a deer, but really super pleased with how it turned out. The next thing I have on here is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Super Concealer. You guys, this is $21.50. This is considered clean beauty. It does have 18 shades. One of those shades is an apricot like color correcting shade instead of a concealer shade. While I don't think that 18 shades is fantastic for concealer, I do think that they had a good shade range, and concealer is going to, you're going to want a concealer that doesn't necessarily go on like a foundation, right? So you don't need the 50 shades that come in foundations in your concealer potentially. I do think 18 or 17, because when you take out that apricot shade, it's only 17 shades. I do think that that's pretty atrocious, but it wasn't a bad concealer. It says it has 24-hour wear, and then it's a camouflage high coverage concealer. I do think it's a high coverage concealer. I do think it gave a lot of coverage. I don't know that it is a 24-hour wear. I did not wear it for 24 hours. I can tell you I have it on today, but when I talk about the next product, you'll see why it doesn't look like I have anything on today. This does come in like a little spritzy thing, which I'm not opposed to for a concealer, but it's weird because these days concealers come with a doe foot. So it says cover up without touching up for 24-hour life-proof hours. Full coverage concealer camouflages imperfections, stays put even through sweat and humidity, waterproof, transfer resistant, and available in 18 shades. Again, 17, because one of them is a color correcting shade. I do think that it does have a good amount of coverage on it. I do think a little bit will go a long way. I did use the really light shade underneath my eyes, Very Fair 04. I do think that that is a very, very light shade. So if you want a very, very light shade of concealer, that's a good shade of concealer. The second shade I use to conceal spots on my face, and it is Moderately Fair. That is also the color that I used on my under eyes today, because I did use this twice before coming to you. I think that I'm not really going to be able to give you a whole lot of information on it because I only got 2 uses out of it. I don't think it's 24-hour wear. I do see some creasing even, well, I can't, today is not a good day, but I did see some creasing of it. So it isn't a creaseless formula like it boasts, but it is one of those formulas that you can just kind of run your finger along your creases and tap out and they go away. I don't think that it's something that you need to set, but then I don't set any of my face, so there's that. I do think that it has a decent amount of coverage, roughly full coverage, but I also think it's a rather emollient or wet formula. So if you're looking for like a matte under eye, this isn't going to do it for you. I didn't mind this, but I don't typically love concealer, so I won't be purchasing one, but I don't think it's a bad concealer. And Clinique is an amazing cosmetics brand that also puts skincare factors into everything that they make. So I think that this is a wonderful concealer for also making, you know, also having some skincare aptitude within it. What I will say also is it is an oil-free concealer. So for those of you that have lash extensions or need a concealer that is oil-free, that's a good emollient concealer that is also oil-free, this would be a good one for you. The thing that ruined it for me today is this. This is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. This says it's the future of foundation, the sweatpants of foundation. Makeup meets skincare. Tinted face oil foundation is the new definition of flawless face. The breathable, silky clean formula instantly evens the look of skin tone, minimizes pores, and erases the appearance of imperfections. Okay, so let's look at my face real quick, okay? I do have blush right here, okay? From like here up. I also am wearing this today in the medium with olive undertones, and I think it's a good match for me. And the reason why I go match for me is because I truly feel like this did absolutely nothing except for emphasize the fact that I have dry patches around my nose, that I have dry patches around my chin, and that I have texture on my cheeks. It also did nothing to cover the redness. I get it. I get it. It's a skin tint. I get that it's a facial oil. But here's the true tea. Like, I have this guy here. This is a Healthy Glow all-in-one tinted moisturizer, also what you would maybe consider a skin tint. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, also maybe what you would consider a skin tint. I have a couple other like tinted moisturizers that I use, and while I understand that this isn't a tinted moisturizer, this is a tinted oil, I would think that it would do the same thing as some of those do. Biggest difference, these don't cling to my dry patches. They don't create texture on my face where there is no texture. They also give me a little bit of coverage, especially when they're telling me that it's going to be a little bit of coverage. Come on, you guys know me. I don't care for full coverage. I really do like a light, medium, even a sheer coverage that I can build. This is absolutely no coverage, zero coverage, zero. And it is quite possibly the grossest thing I have ever put on my face. I do not like putting anything on with my hands, so that in and of itself isn't a winner for me, because when I tried it with my brush, when I tried it with my sponge, it just soaked up into the sponge. So I couldn't use it with a sponge, and with my brush, I feel like it, honestly, I felt like it ruined my brush. Just saying. When I put it on today, I put it on with my fingers, and I put it on in small doses. So I put on some and then rubbed it into my face, and then put on some more, rubbed it into my face. My face feels so oily. Every single time I touch my face, I can feel that skin tint on my fingers. As a matter of fact, you can probably see it on my fingers just from touching my face. It is so gross. It is so gross. So gross. I will never buy this product. This is $42 for 1 ounce, and they can keep their $42 as far as I'm concerned. This says it is a skin tint with a velvety finish. It is the sweatpants of makeup. It comes in 16 shades, which is abysmal in and of itself. But it has 0 coverage. Here's what the website says though, that it is a medium coverage. This is not medium coverage. It doesn't look like I'm wearing anything except for the fact that my skin is oily. My skin is oily. I am a dry skin girl. I have never had to deal with oily skin, and today I am dealing with oily skin. Natural moves with face because it is my face. It's oil, and that is it on my face. It is my face. I think that the skincare, no, this is probably the worst product on the planet. And I guess where I am confused is this is such a polarizing skin tint, and it makes me wonder, are people getting paid to say that this is good? Because the people that are saying it's bad are the ones that aren't receiving it in PR. This is awful. This is awful. Just saying. This foundation ate away the concealer. I put the concealer on before I put the oil tint, which might have been a mistake. Okay. I put some more concealer on, and it just created all kinds of nasty texture that I have never had before in my life. So you cannot wear that skin tint with anything, and that includes powders, because after I got done with that, I put on this. This is the Dome Beauty Cheek Envy blush, and this is in English Rose. This, unbeknownst to me, is a full-size blush. Their full-size blushes are $28 and they're 2.5 grams. This is 2.5 grams. I did not know. I think I got this in an Ipsy. This company is committed to clean, cruelty-free, vegan beauty. This has got a really soft antique pink look to it, which I'm not mad at. I didn't think I was going to like it when I first pulled it, if you remember, because it just looks so pink, and I'm not into a pink blush. I did put it on today. Not that you can really tell. You can see it just a smidge bit. What I love about it is it makes this redness in my cheeks where I don't put blush, but the foundation didn't cover, look natural. So it blends right in. What I also love about this is it's got a little bit of a glowiness to it without being shimmery. So there's that. I don't feel like it emphasizes texture at all. As a matter of fact, I think it helped with the foundation along this part of my face not look as gross as it did. So I do love this blush. I will keep it in my collection. The formulation of it is so smooth in this pan. I think it's just really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see the like luminosity of it, but it's not glittery or shimmery, so it goes also well with a really great highlighter. I thought that it was very pretty. I will continue to use it. It comes in 5 different shades. I don't necessarily think that that's a good range for blushes. The deepest one that they have, though, I don't think would be deep enough for a deep skin tone. So I am going to get ready to pull new products, and we will go from there. All right, guys, this is my sample bins. We pull 1, 2, and 3. This is just hair care. There is 5 whole items left in here, so I'm just gonna pull 1. Let's do this one. This is the Rusk Restart, which is a dry shampoo. So I'm excited to have a dry shampoo that we haven't used. I don't know how to split this up in the future. I'm almost out of hair products, so there's that. This is skin, so we're going to pull this guy here, which is the Garnier Micellar water. And we have a Hey Honey Night Moisturizing Cream. This is makeup. We pulled 3 out of here. This is an eyeshadow duo by Love You First in Lilac and Blackberry. Ooh, we have a foundation by Pat McGrath. If I love this foundation, we might be into some trouble. I'm glad that I'm getting to use this, though, before the Sephora sale, because if I like it, then I might pick it up. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation by Pat McGrath. Alright, and this is by Ulta Beauty. This is, I think it's an eyeshadow quad. Nope, it's a powder. powder duo. So this has a highlighter and a bronzer in it, and that is by Ulta Beauty. And then we also pick a mask. This is my sheet mask drawer. So I just reach in and I pull one out. This is a sheet mask by Fit, and it's a Lily Whitening and Brightening mask. Alright guys, so the samples that we have to use next time, the Fit Lily Whitening and Brightening Sheet Mask. I've tried Fit sheet masks before and they're really good, so I'm excited about that. We have the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Foundation. So excited about this. We have a powder duo by Ulta Beauty. This is an illuminator and a bronzer. Then we have this eyeshadow duo by Love You First, and this is Blackberry and Lilac. We have a Hey Honey Day and Night Moisturizing Cream. I think I said night cream when I first pulled it because that's what I saw, but this is a day and night cream. Hey Honey is actually a favorite for a lot of people in the Ipsy world, so we'll see how much I like it. I think that'll be the first Hey Honey product I've ever tried. Then we have the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. This is an all-in-one. It removes makeup, cleans, and refreshes. We all know how I feel about micellar water, but I'm gonna try another one. I think the last micellar water I tried was by a different company. And then we have a dry shampoo by Rusk. They are the same company that we just had that leave-in conditioner from. So those are the samples that we have for the next couple weeks. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in seeing more, YouTube will be suggesting another one here shortly. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that if you did, you're considering giving it a big thumbs up. It really does help our channels out here. I also hope that you're considering subscribing before you go. I would love to welcome you into my wonderful YouTube family here. I super enjoyed having you here. Let me know down in the comment section what samples you're using today. And yeah, you guys, just stay safe out there, cookies. Stay healthy. Love each other, but love each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.